Hey friends, Jessica here with Creators Couture. So this is the third in a trifecta of some Barbie inspired designs. And in this tutorial, we are going to veer away from lettering and doing like an abstract background. So I am going to give you my tips, tricks, and secrets to make a wild abstract background like you see here. And you can use that in your own work, create items for sale, whatever. If you are a subscriber, you'll have all the brushes, all the tutorial resources loaded up. And if not, I'll have the links to the products that I use down below, and also for my foundation tutorials if these techniques are new to you. So brush wise, we are going to be using a wet brush, and actually, yeah, I think it's a couple brushes from my iridescent and holographic collection. We are going to be using a color palette from my Wet Paint Studio, which was the first wet collection that I did so long ago, and a pattern painter brush from this collection. So let's just jump right into it. So it's definite. I didn't really, just a disclaimer, I didn't really worry about composition or anything here. It's just really kind of to serve some vibes, give you guys some ideas on how to create these kind of effects. So we have the Barbie pink, we've got some iridescence, we've got some leopard print, very key. And the brushes that I've created make this really easy. So let's just dig into it here. I've also, if you're a subscriber, you can get the starter file, and I've got the layer styles already applied, which makes it really fun. So let's just go to window arrange to a vertical. Where is it? There we go. So we can kind of see the one I made before. Again, wasn't really too concerned about um, the composition and stuff. I just like to give you guys some ideas, a jumping off point for your design. So the first thing that I did was I started with a pink on pink brush stroke. So the brush stroke that I used was, I believe, this one here. And let me just start on a layer that is not with a layer style. So it's very like tone, I think it's this one. I used iridescent brush number 3. Yeah, I didn't want a shiny effect. I wanted more of a matte effect. So I'm going to pick from the color palette, and that doesn't have a lot of like variations. So again, this is iridescent brush number 3. You're not going to see it very much here without the layer style applied because it's going to be a tone on tone. So let's go to my color palette. Let's find it here. Okay. All right, so this was some color palettes that I was creating with the kind of Barbie vibe. And I have a foundation tutorial to show you if you want to make your own color palettes like this. But by loading up the multiple colors, we can create really cool brush strokes. So I'm going to sample from this one, which doesn't have that much color variation. And that is cool. I'm happy with that. Now, if I go ahead and draw it on my pink layer, we're going to see here I've added a little bit of bevel and emboss and a little bit of drop shadow. You can pause it here to see my bevel and emboss and drop shadow settings. But, depending on what size you're working on, it might be different for you. So what I was going to do is, here we've got our little thing here. So let's just draw some of these pink brush strokes across, and there's no sort of oh, I'm gonna put my brush smoothing on so I can have some smoother brush strokes, because maybe I don't have the most steady hand. So there we go. We've got some brush strokes, pink on pink. We've got a little bevel and emboss, so it kind of makes them look plasticky. And yeah, so I'm happy with that. Also, one thing, if a little tip, if you're drawing brush strokes and going to the edge and then you're putting some bevel and emboss, it's going to look a little darker around the edges. So if you don't like that, you can give yourself a zone on the outside and crop your final image. So that's just a little something. Whenever I'm doing brush strokes that are wet and I want them to go to the edges, most of the time I'll work with a document Most of my starter documents, I've got a little, what is it, bleed or whatever built in, and then I'll crop it for the final one. So that way I can crop it here where I don't see that kind of the wet brush going all the way to the edge and looking like not so nice. So that's that. And then I thought I would create this brush stroke, these iridescent brush strokes above. And we're actually using the same iridescent brush stroke that I used on my last video. It is let's see, it's this one here. Okay, so this is iridescent brush. This is from the iridescent collection. I believe it's brush number 1. And it's got these nice sort of, this is the wet paint mixer brush, and we've got these nice streaks happening here. But just like on my other one, I am actually sampling from the pearlescent palette from my wet paint studio, and this is the palette that I'm using. And so I'm going to option click to load that brush up here, and this is, this is the brush stroke that we get. So this is, again, this is just like I did on the last tutorial, but I'm putting the brush stroke like above my brush. I'm putting the iridescent one on top rather than being below the brush stroke. I'm putting it above, and it just creates this really cool effect. And I'm using hard light. So here's the normal brush stroke, but by changing it to hard light, one, we're getting that opacity and luminosity, and we're just getting that gorgeous sort of effect that looks so good with the pink. So I kind of just sort of played around with semi-following the same, line, but, compositionally you can do whatever you want with this. I'm just here serving some ideas and some vibes, so we'll just go like this. You can obviously do whatever you like, but I do think this is a good vibe, and it's very Barbie, it's very 80s, which I like. So that was the start. Now I thought it would be cool to add these sort of iridescent brush strokes below the pink. So let's go over here and let's see here. So this is iridescent brush number 9. And this is the using the pattern stamp technique. So I'm going to just show you this brush in action. I am using not the pressure sensitive one because I want the brush strokes to be bold. So there's no pressure. I'm using the version with no pressure sensitivity. And the cool thing about the iridescent brushes is that you can see all the colors dancing around to form those really cool sort of brush stroke effects. But like that other brush stroke, I'm going to put this on hard light, and I really get that cool sort of effect and the coloration that I like. But you might ask, this is using the pattern stamp technique, not the wet brush technique, and I wanted it really to match exactly the same colors that I used on this wet brush, so I did something different. I actually, because if you know the pattern stamp technique, we use an image palette, and I don't actually have this on an image palette. So what I did was I went over to this wet palette that I had, and I took my rectangular marquee tool, and I just went like this and got most of that in here. And then I went to Edit, Define Pattern, and clicked OK. And so this is why, so I made my own new palette for the multicolor iridescent brushes. So let's just put it in action here. So I'm going below my pink brush layer to my iridescent, to this layer here, and I've got hard light already applied. I've got that iridescent brush number 9 loaded with my color palette that I just made right here. And then we can get these really cool sort of brush strokes. And I think this, and what's fun is that it has that, it actually, the pattern that it has in there is a, what do you call it? Leopard pattern. So it's all leopard, it's all iridescent, it's all very Barbie. So we're fine there. But I felt like, oh, I need some darkness. I need some depth. I need something, I was like, I needed something else. So, although it's all very extra. So then the last thing that I did was I took a pattern painter brush, Leopard number 2 from my pattern painter collection in a darker pink. And I'm just going to show you here. So I played around with painting this like you see here in a darker color. And I liked that, but then I thought, okay, let's add some drama. So what I did was and let's just delete this, and I'm going to paint this on this layer with the layers that are already applied. I added a little bevel and emboss and a little drop shadow, and now we've got that sort of raised effect that makes it a little bit more fun and cool. And I was like, yes, I like that. Okay, it's super 80s, it's super extra. This is not minimalist, this is not subtle, but I totally dig it. And one last thing that I did is I kind of wanted, I didn't want to have this, because this layer here has some transparency and then you've got the dark behind it. What I thought I would do is select these iridescent hard light, this brush strokes here. So I'm going to command or control and click on that layer icon. And then I'm actually going to, oh wait, let's undo that. I'm going to make a layer mask and mask those out of this background layer. So I'm going to option, click my layer mask. Oh, not option, undo. Let's see here. No, alt, command, I don't know. Hold on. Okay, there we go, to do the reverse. So basically I want to hide that from this layer. And I kind of just like how that turned out because it doesn't distract from that sort of iridescent effect that we had going on there. I think it's just a small detail, but makes it look nice. So here, if I disable this layer mask, you can see that it's, I don't know, I just like how hiding that this from the background just made a kind of a smoother effect. So this is just a vibe. I think it's cool. I think it's Barbie. I think it's 80s. And you could use this to make your own digital backgrounds for sale, make social media templates. Obviously, you could play more with the composition and make it all like, nice and everything. But I just wanted to give you an idea, a jumping off point. And please let me know if you have any questions. All the source files, all the brushes will be available for my subscribers. And I have links down below for the foundation tutorials and the brush collections if you just want to buy them directly from my website. So stay tuned for the next tutorial. I think that's enough Barbie for this week. Although who knows, if you have something else you'd like to see, just let me know. But I think it's fun, and I think it also, like, some of these effects look even cooler than the ones that you see like on some of the official marketing material. They can look kind of generic. I like to just take it up a little bit of a level. So yeah, stay tuned for my next tutorial. Make sure you like and subscribe. All right, thanks.